This movement is called spinal lateral flexion, where we are bending the entire spine side to side. A couple things to think about here. Your belly button, your waist, is on an axis. So it's not swaying side to side as you bend to one side, but rather it's very static and strong and staying in one position. So you're really going to have to find your feet, as that is what's going to stabilize the offsetting load of you bending to one side. So the very first few clips here, you're seeing the initial progressions of this movement. As you get familiar with the pattern, as your mobility improves and you simply become more comfortable with this movement, you can start to branch into these later variations that allow you to pull deeper into position and incorporate a couple more variables and nuances. This variation is my personal favorite, as it allows me to really pull into position while also incorporating the entire upper body. And so what I'm thinking about here, that top arm, I'm reaching across overhead and I'm pulling. I'm trying to reach like if there's something on the other side, and that's going to create a really deep stretch alongside the rib cage and the lat, while simultaneously the arm behind me, I'm reaching down, I'm pulling down as deep, as tight as possible. I'm really focusing on that compression, shortening that side of the spine, as that compression then allows for expansion to occur. This is one of my favorite variations. I would really encourage that you explore this one out of all of the ones that you see in this video. This next variation is very similar to the one that you just watched, but it doesn't allow you to get into that deep lateral flexion, that deep range of motion. However, it's really good for your shoulder mobility. And so it's fun to switch things up if things are getting mundane and you wanted to explore something new. This is a fun variation to explore with from time to time. This is another really good variation. It almost makes me think of Tai Chi, where they're moving energy out and back into the center mass. That could be a fun little action to play with. But this move specifically is another good option to really pull into position and explore that compression as you bend to one side. This is definitely one of the more demanding and difficult variations of this movement, as it's the most weight bearing. But with that said, you want to become competent with this pattern and with this variation. Just make sure your hips are not swaying from side to side as a compensation factor. And for these last two variations, we have lateral spinal wave, which will have their own specific video dedicated towards learning the nuances and the patterns and all the variables that go into this movement, because it's so difficult and so different. However, it still fits within the realm, within the patterning of spinal lateral flexion. So this is definitely a variation that you can incorporate and explore from time to time if you wanted to switch things up. And that's something to also think about within the whole series of spinal hygiene. You have the framework, you have the patterning that we want to work on for each respective movement. But from there, put your fingerprint on it. Explore any of the variations that make sense and feels good to you, as that's the whole point. You're working on your mobility through these different patterns, but the variations is what fits your body and fits what you need in the moment. That's where the magic lies.